All right, so welcome to Buying Tomorrow, Betting on the Future, one share at a time. I'm a regular guy, and I'm basically looking at companies that I think are going to be around 20 years from now, and I just want to own a small slice of that. And before I show you all of the positions that I currently have, I want to tell you what I'm doing on this channel. What I really want to do on this channel is, one, buy companies that I believe in for the future, but additionally, I want to share how I'm thinking about it. I've built a bot with Claude to evaluate these companies. I want to share some of that research, and then I want to share updates on those companies. I've set some rules. So basically, the maximum I want to invest in a single company is going to be $3,000. I don't want to lose any money, so these are calculated, risks or bets, I would say. However, if I do lose the money, I want to make sure I can deduct it from my ordinary income and that way lower my tax burden. So that's why I currently have a cap at $3,000. And maybe when some of these companies start generating revenue and they're profitable, then I will maybe look at adding to those positions. So let me kind of show you what my positions are and give you a brief summary as to why I have them. You'll have an idea of what I'm doing, and I hope that you'll subscribe and come along with me for this journey. So the first positions I want to talk about are Joby and Beta Aviation. I'm actually the most bullish on Beta Aviation, but both of these companies are focused on electric flight, specifically vertical takeoff and landing. And I think that's going to be a big part of our future. It's going to make travel and mobility so much better. These aircrafts can do anywhere between 250 to 300 miles. So for example, like I live in Fort Myers. If I wanted to go to Fort Lauderdale, this is like 2 hours and change of driving, where that could be cut down to like 35 minutes. And not only that, you're not really going to need an airport moving forward. So it's going to open, like, we can't even imagine, how much easier or how better it's going to make our lives. And the cost for operation is very low. And I will get into the research of that in another video. And I've done some of that in previous videos. They weren't working well. If you want, go back and take a look at that. The next thing I want to look at is CYATY. So this is CATL. It's a Chinese company, and they're focused on making batteries. So you may not know, the rest of the world is actually electrifying a lot faster than America, and I think we're going to get left behind. And there's a great book called Stellar by Tony Seba. I will recommend that you check it out if you're looking for something to read. Also, if you're interested in that, leave some comments in the comment section, and I will read some excerpts from that book to give you an idea of like why it's inspired me to want to invest in a battery company, because it is the future. Battery materials are recyclable up to like the high 80s, if not 90%. So when you pull fossil fuels out of the ground, you use it once, it goes into the atmosphere. However, you can use a battery up until the end of its life and recycle it and get a second and third life out of it. So whether or not we like it, electrification is coming. This one, ALCH, is Alignment Healthcare. I'm actually in the insurance field, so I understand that Medicare product. And, this is a government subsidized company, basically. So they're brand new. They don't have the debt as everybody else, and they're going to have a lot of room to grow. So I'm looking to dollar cost average into that up to 3,000, which I may have hit that number already. So I might be capped out at the amount of shares I'm willing to do, because those are just some rules I have for this portfolio. And lastly, this is more of a speculative play. It's Robinhood, but it's a 2x leverage ETF. I want to buy some actual hoods stocks moving forward. Robinhood, I mean, they want to allow people to use their platform to do everything: retirement, trading, crypto. They got the benefit of the new Trump accounts for children. So they're going to onboard these kids on early and hopefully be with them throughout their entire lives. And then not only that, they're looking at having a global footprint. So I think Robinhood is going to be something like 20 years from now. We're all going to be very impressed with that. And the ARK Venture Fund, like I said, this is going to be the anchor of my account. Basically, every time I buy something else, anything that's left over, I'm just going to continue to keep adding to the ARK Venture Fund. And now I'm also looking at the Robinhood Venture Fund to do that. So if you're interested in getting a follow-up on my research to see how I'm looking at things, I'm going to dive into some common sense approaches, the numbers of these things, and then some follow-up, whenever there's a news article or something. Subscribe, come along for the journey, and let's see if a regular guy can actually make some money betting on the future.